Federal Knight, the ones who walk first. Before banners, before treaties, before the idea of nations, the universe practiced its own form of governance. It did not elect. It did not command. It recognized. Those it recognized were called Federal Knights, not made by schools, not shaped by doctrine, not engineered by bloodlines or privilege. They were crafted by the universe itself long before their first breath on earth. Something in them was already aligned, an inherited resonance. Not talent, not intelligence alone, but a rare convergence. Benevolence without weakness, willpower without cruelty, leadership without hunger for control. These qualities were not taught, they were remembered. And so the knights began as seedlings. Every child who would one day become a knight lived first as any other, free, unclaimed, unmarked. The Order of Light never recruited in the traditional sense. There were no advertisements, no quotas, no forced classes. The recruiters knew better. You never look for the right child. The right ones always find you. And sometimes, none did. In those years, no knights graduated, no panic followed. The Order accepted this as cosmic law. To force a knight was to break the very principle they existed to protect. But then, there were moments. Moments when a child walked into a room and silence followed. Eyes that burned not with anger, but with purpose. A heart that felt like a solar furnace, warm, heavy, undeniable. Glory clung to them like armor not yet forged, and the recruiters simply nodded. Once a child chose, in free will, their life changed immediately. They entered the Order of Light, a psycho-emotional scientific spiritual fraternity of peaceful diplomats whose mandate was coexistence, not conquest. But unlike their peers, knight seedlings were enrolled simultaneously at OSEAS, the One United Nations Academy of Military Science and Diplomacy. There were no half measures. Mornings began with meditation and ancient spiritual disciplines. Afternoons dissolved into quantum physics, mathematics, and ethical theory. Evenings ended in war games, tactical simulations, rifles, rucksacks, and physical trials that broke most adults. These children learned diplomacy with one hand and combat with the other. They studied culture, economics, and psychology while crawling through mud and calculating ballistic arcs in their heads. By adolescence, many had already surpassed generals, economists, and ambassadors. By young adulthood, some became the most capable individuals to ever walk into war-torn regions and collapsing states. Yet they entered as servants, not rulers. This was the paradox of the Federal Knight. At their peak, a knight could fight with the effectiveness of an elite modern special operations soldier, precision, speed, decisiveness. And in the same hour, they could negotiate ceasefires, broker food corridors, restore water systems, and stabilize governance. They were not desk diplomats. They were field diplomats. They lived among the people, ate their food, walked their streets, learned names, found common ground. They negotiated not just with words, but with action, fresh farms instead of sanctions, clean water instead of speeches, security without occupation. They understood the truth modern humanity preferred to ignore. Wars are no longer fought for survival. They are fought for the greed of the few. And so knights sought not war, nor the dense gravity of darkness that feeds on suffering. They carried force only as a last language, spoken fluently, but reluctantly. What truly distinguished them, however, was not training. It was the crystal. Each Federal Knight who reached full verification was chosen by a celestial cyber crystal, a conscious, source-attuned gem born from cometary hearts and hidden within stone harder than diamond. These crystals were not tools, they were witnesses. They drew power from the infinite ether, amplifying not just energy, but truth. A knight carrying one could not lie, not to others, not to themselves. Corruption ignited the crystal violently. Benevolence stabilized it into a calm, radiant glow. Thus, the crystal was the ultimate diplomatic instrument. When a knight arrived bearing one, civilizations listened. Not because they feared the knight, but because the universe had already spoken. This one is verified. The knight did not rule. They did not campaign. They did not beg for votes or hide behind desks demanding lattes while preaching virtue. They walked forward, into chaos, into suffering, into places abandoned by comfort and corrupted by power. And when they left, something always remained: stability, hope, infrastructure, dignity. No statues were erected, no slogans were printed. History often forgot their names, but humanity endured. And somewhere, drifting quietly through the solar system, another crystal waited, hidden beneath stone, patient, conscious, listening for the next soul worthy of walking beside the cosmos itself. For the universe does not need many nights, only the right ones.